gas prices have climbed over 40% in the past year.
I gotta get an EV, these gas prices are killing me.
And just like that, electric vehicles are back in the conversation. But here's what makes this moment so interesting.
The United States is the biggest performance car market in the world, and this city, Los Angeles and Orange County, is the biggest market inside the United States. So for us to come here and launch this new groundbreaking AMG, this was a natural choice for us.
While some automakers are running for the exits, taking billions in write-downs and pivoting back to gas, a handful of major brands are doing the complete opposite. They are doubling down on electric and betting their entire future on it. The Hyundai CEO says they see the future differently than their competitors. The Mercedes CEO says the trajectory is only going upward. So today, on Nick's Car Review, I am breaking down the electric cars these committed brands are betting their future on the EVs that represent where this whole industry is heading. Let's get into it. Kicking off the list at number 10 is the car that proves why Hyundai is so confident about doubling down on electric, the Hyundai Ioniq 5. This is the vehicle that has anchored Hyundai's entire EV strategy and continues to be one of the most awarded electric vehicles on the market for 3 years running. The Ioniq 5 sits at the heart of Hyundai's $26 billion bet on America, and it is easy to see why. Starting at $35,000 after Hyundai's aggressive price cuts, the Ioniq 5 delivers up to 318 miles of range on the long-range version. The 800-volt charging architecture allows 10 to 80% in around 18 minutes. The flat floor interior creates a remarkably spacious cabin. The sliding center console is one of the most practical features in any vehicle. Wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto come standard. But here is what makes the Ioniq 5 so central to Hyundai's confidence. The same plant building these vehicles in Georgia is also going to build Hyundai's robotaxi version of the Ioniq 5 starting later this year. Hyundai is not just selling the Ioniq 5 as a consumer car, they are building an entire autonomous future around it. When a company is willing to bet a $26 billion investment on a platform, that platform has to be exceptional. The Ioniq 5 is exactly that. It is the foundation of one of the boldest EV commitments in the entire industry right now. Number 9 comes from Hyundai's sister brand Kia, another automaker pushing forward on electric while others retreat. The Kia EV9. This 3-row electric SUV has become one of the most well-rounded family EVs on the market and represents Kia's commitment to building electric vehicles for every type of buyer. The EV9 is a genuine 3-row family hauler that takes on the gas-powered SUVs families have relied on for decades. Starting at $46,495, the EV9 delivers up to 304 miles of range on the long-range all-wheel drive version. The cabin is spacious across all 3 rows, with real adult-sized legroom in the 2nd row and a practical, accessible 3rd row. The build quality and material quality is exactly what you expect from Kia's current generation lineup. What makes the EV9 such a strong signal of Kia's commitment is that it is just one piece of a much larger plan. Kia is rolling out an entire lineup of affordable electric vehicles, including the new EV3 and EV4, coming to expand the brand's reach into more accessible price points. While competitors are canceling models and shrinking their electric ambitions, Kia is building out a complete EV family from affordable compacts all the way up to premium 3-row SUVs. The EV9 also carries Kia's 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty, one of the best in the business. For a family making the jump from a gas SUV to electric, the EV9 is one of the smoothest transitions available, and it proves Kia is in the EV game for the long haul. Number 8 comes from a brand whose CEO publicly stated the EV trajectory is only going upward, the Mercedes CLA Electric. And this car is the perfect proof of that confidence, because Mercedes built an entry-level luxury electric vehicle that has already sold out exactly the kind of demand signal that makes a CEO comfortable betting on the electric future. The CLA 250 Plus delivers an impressive EPA estimated range of up to 374 miles, making it one of the longest range entry-level luxury EVs available anywhere, starting at $47,250. It brings the Mercedes badge within reach of a much wider group of buyers than the brand has traditionally served. The single motor rear-wheel drive setup produces 268 horsepower with a 0 to 60 time of 6.6 seconds. The CLA Electric is built on the new Mercedes MMA platform, featuring an 800-volt electrical architecture enabling peak charging at up to 320 kilowatts. That translates to nearly 200 miles of range, added in just 10 minutes on a fast charger. The interior brings Mercedes Superscreen technology, a wide glass panel housing 3 separate displays, giving you a real Mercedes experience at this price point. But here is what makes the CLA so meaningful to the Mercedes story. The CEO specifically pointed to this car when asked about affordability, noting that the reception has been phenomenal and it literally sold out. That is the kind of result that justifies doubling down. When your entry-level EV sells out, you build more EVs. The CLA proves there is real demand at the accessible end of the luxury electric market, and Mercedes is positioned to capitalize on exactly that. Number 7 represents one of the boldest commitments to electric of any legacy automaker, the BMW iX3. And what makes this car so significant is that it is not just another electric SUV. It is built on an entirely new platform, designed from the ground up, specifically for electric vehicles, a platform BMW is betting its entire electric future on. The iX3 launches with genuinely impressive specifications. Up to 400 miles of EPA estimated range, placing it among the longest range electric SUVs in production. An 800-volt electrical architecture that enables a peak charging rate of 400 kilowatts, fast enough to add roughly 175 miles of range in just 10 minutes. And it recently won the 2026 World Car of the Year award, chosen by 98 automotive journalists from around the world out of 58 competing vehicles. What separates the iX3 from BMW's earlier electric efforts is the level of intentionality behind it. The new operating system feels thoughtful and purpose-built. The route planning works properly, with charging stops automatically integrated. This is BMW saying that electric is not a side project. It is the foundation of the next generation of their entire lineup. This new platform will underpin a whole wave of future BMW EVs, including an electric version of the iconic 3 Series. While other automakers are pulling back, BMW invested in an all-new dedicated electric architecture and launched it with a World Car of the Year winner. That is a brand betting big on electric. Number 6 comes from Hyundai's luxury arm Genesis, a brand that has gone all in on building a complete electric lineup. The Genesis GV60. This compact luxury electric SUV just won Best Compact Electric SUV from US News and World Report for 2026, and it anchors Genesis' push to become a serious player in the luxury EV space. The GV60 received meaningful upgrades that pushed it into award-winning territory. The battery has been bumped up to a larger 84 kilowatt-hour pack, delivering up to 306 miles of range. The 800-volt charging architecture means 10 to 80% in approximately 18 minutes on a fast charger class, leading at this price point. The interior features a new 27-inch OLED display and the exclusive crystal sphere that rotates to reveal the shift dial when you start the car. Starting at $52,350, the GV60 delivers premium luxury, award-winning design, and class-leading charging technology. And Genesis is not stopping here. The brand has a full electric lineup, including the electrified GV70 and the upcoming GV90 flagship SUV on the horizon. As part of the broader Hyundai Motor Group that is investing $26 billion in America, Genesis represents the luxury end of one of the most committed EV strategies in the entire industry. The GV60 is proof that Genesis intends to compete with the established luxury players on electric terms. Number 5 comes from a brand that took one of its most important and beloved models and committed it fully to electric, the Porsche Macan EV. And this is a significant statement of commitment because the Macan has been one of Porsche's best-selling vehicles for years. Building an electric version was Porsche putting electric at the center of their lineup rather than off to the side. The Macan EV brings real Porsche driving DNA into a compact, luxury electric SUV. The base rear-wheel drive version delivers around 376 miles of range, from a single motor producing 335 horsepower. The dual-motor Macan 4 and turbo variants step up to all-wheel drive with significantly more power. The turbo hits 60 miles per hour in just 3.1 seconds, making it one of the quickest SUVs on the market regardless of how it is powered. What sets the Macan EV apart in this segment is the driving experience. The chassis tuning is outstanding. The steering feel is precise in a way almost no other electric SUV manages to deliver. The 800-volt charging architecture is the same technology Porsche pioneered with the Taycan years ago, meaning 10 to 80% in about 21 minutes on a 350 kilowatt fast charger. Starting at $77,000, the Macan EV proves a brand famous for combustion sports cars can deliver an electric vehicle that feels every bit like a Porsche. When a brand commits one of its core models to electric, that is a brand that believes in the future of electric. Number 4 is the car Mercedes used to make the boldest possible statement about their electric commitment. The Mercedes-AMG GT Electric 4-door coupe. And this is the performance halo that proves electric is not just about efficiency or saving money on gas, it can deliver the most extreme performance ever put into a Mercedes. When the Mercedes CEO unveiled this car, he made an extraordinary claim: it accelerates off the line faster than a Formula One car. The vehicle uses a brand new axial flux motor that Mercedes describes as the most powerful and most power-dense electric motor ever made. They even brought their 2 Formula One drivers out to experience it, and their reaction said everything. This is a genuine hypercar built for the electric era. Mercedes deliberately chose to launch this groundbreaking machine in Los Angeles, the biggest performance car market in the world. And the strategy reveals exactly how Mercedes thinks about electric. They're not retreating from EVs. They're using their most extreme performance technology to drive momentum and prove what electric can do at the highest level. The CEO put it perfectly when he said products like this drive momentum once customers experience the range, the charging, the efficiency, and the performance of an electric car. More and more of them switch. The AMG GT Electric is Mercedes planting a flag at the absolute peak of electric performance. It is the clearest signal that Mercedes sees electric as the future of performance, not a compromise on it. Number 3 brings us back to Hyundai with their brand new flagship, and the clearest example of a brand expanding its EV lineup at the exact moment competitors are shrinking theirs. The Hyundai Ioniq 9, this 3-row electric SUV launched recently and represents Hyundai backing up their words with real product. The Ioniq 9 is powered by a massive 110.3 kilowatt-hour battery, with all versions delivering over 300 miles of range. The base version stretches to 335 miles. In real-world testing, it has consistently beaten its EPA estimates, with some trims pushing past 360 miles. For families, it is remarkable. 21.9 cubic feet of cargo behind the third row, and a total of 86.9 cubic feet with the rear seats folded, beating both the Kia EV9 and the gas-powered Hyundai Palisade. Charging is a standout too, averaging around 100 miles of range added in under 9.5 minutes on a fast charger. The interior is spacious across all 3 rows, with genuine adult-sized room in the second row. Here is what makes the Ioniq 9 so meaningful. While Ford canceled programs, Stellantis abandoned its electric plans, and Honda scrapped its entire upcoming EV lineup, Hyundai launched a brand new flagship 3-row electric SUV that is not hedging. That is total conviction. The Ioniq 9 is the physical proof of everything Hyundai's CEO said about seeing the future differently than the competition. Number 2 comes from a brand that does not have the option of pulling back to gas because they have never built a gas car in their life, the Rivian R2. And that is exactly what makes Rivian such a powerful example of doubling down on electric. This is a company built entirely on the belief that the future is electric, and the R2 is their boldest move yet to bring that future to more people. The R2 is the more affordable Rivian that fans have been waiting for, and it recently entered production. Range comes in at up to 328 miles on the launch performance trim. The styling carries that boxy, adventure-ready aesthetic that Rivian has perfected, looking like a scaled-down version of the larger R1S. The interior continues Rivian's clever design philosophy with thoughtful storage solutions and pop-out rear quarter windows that make the cabin feel open and connected. The software experience is one of the best in the entire industry, with route planning and vehicle integration that legacy automakers have struggled for years to match. The launch performance trim starts at $57,990, with the more affordable standard trims arriving over the coming year, eventually reaching a starting price around $45,000. Here is why Rivian belongs near the top of this list. While established automakers with deep pockets are retreating from electric, a younger company that bet everything on EVs is expanding into more affordable territory and growing its lineup. Rivian is one of the few brands actually growing its EV sales in a down market. That kind of commitment from a company that has no gas business to fall back on tells you everything about where they believe the industry is heading. The R2 is Rivian doubling down in the purest possible way. And here we are at number 1. From the brand that may represent the boldest electric commitment of them all, the Lucid Gravity. Because like Rivian, Lucid exists for one reason and one reason only. They believe completely in the electric future. There is no gas division to retreat to, no hybrid hedge, no backup plan. Lucid is all electric, all in. And the Gravity is the car that proves they can deliver on that vision at the very highest level. The Lucid Gravity just won Luxury Car of the Year at the 2026 New York Auto Show, earning a perfect 10 out of 10 score from US News and World Report. The Gravity Grand Touring delivers up to 435 miles of range, the highest of any electric SUV available anywhere in the world right now. To put that in perspective, you could drive from Los Angeles to San Francisco and back with range to spare, with the whole family on board, without stopping to charge once. But the Gravity is not just about range. It seats 7 across 3 rows, with a genuinely usable third row, a massive panoramic glass roof, and Lucid's advanced Dream Drive safety and driver assistance technology. The interior reflects the same obsession with engineering excellence and material quality that made the Lucid Air the most awarded luxury sedan in recent memory. Starting at $94,900, the Gravity competes with the finest luxury SUVs on the planet. Here is what makes the Gravity the perfect number 1 for this list. Lucid took the most advanced electric vehicle technology in the world and put it into a practical 7-seat family SUV. They did not hedge, they did not compromise. They built the best electric SUV on the planet because they believe that is the future. When a company stakes its entire existence on electric and then produces a perfect 10 award winner, that is the ultimate expression of doubling down. The Lucid Gravity is what total conviction looks like. So there you have it, the electric cars that the most committed brands in the industry are betting their future on. The Hyundai Ioniq 5 anchoring a $26 billion investment, the Kia EV9 leading a full electric family lineup, the Mercedes CLA Electric that sold out instantly, the BMW iX3 on an all-new electric platform that won World Car of the Year, the Genesis GV60 leading the luxury charge, the Porsche Macan EV proving a sports car brand can go electric, the Mercedes-AMG GT Electric redefining performance, the Hyundai Ioniq 9 launching while competitors cancel, the Rivian R2 bringing electric to more people, and the Lucid Gravity at number 1 as the ultimate expression of total electric conviction. Here is the big picture. Gas prices have climbed over 40%, and electric vehicles are back in the conversation in a major way. And while some automakers are running for the exits, these brands looked at the same market and decided to push harder. They see the reality and the future differently than the ones pulling back. Time will tell who made the right call. But if rising gas prices are any indication, the brands doubling down on electric may have timed it perfectly. I am Nick, this has been Nick's Car Review, and I will see you in the next one.